Anyway, let's move on to the big topic, the hardest thing, the hardest decision we ever have to make. Which movie is worse? Is
Which
it
is worse?
Which is worse, Suicide
Okay.
Squad or Birds of Prey? And
Do you have an opinion?
um, yes. And this is not this is like kind of like how I felt about Rise of Skywalker and the Last Jedi. Whereas Rise of Skywalker at least had some form of a through line. It was like, okay, I understand what you're trying to do at least. It doesn't make any lick of sense, but at least there is something I can follow
Hmm.
with what you call it with Last Jedi. There's nothing I can follow. It's like, what is happening here? What's going on? What's the point of all of this and stuff? So, I feel that Birds of Prey outweighs it by like a point because Birds of Prey does have some interesting, some good story elements.
Hmm.
It does have a particular through line. Now the through line doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but it's just like, okay, I at least can follow what's going on. Well, up until a certain point when she came out as Marilyn Monroe, I was like, what is happening right now? What is going on?
I don't know. I told you I was drinking a margarita because I was like, well, I'm gonna do this movie this weekend. So
Uh-huh.
I was like, well, I had dinner. Let's relax and have a margarita and watch a movie. Man, that movie killed my buzz. I ain't even kidding you. I mean, I was just
Yeah,
like what? Come on.
yeah, yeah. So like, whereas it's like, okay, I was like, that was like kind of my breaking point. Like, why is any of this good? What's going on here? But like, once it cut back to it, it's like I don't even know why that happened. I guess that was just her own way of dealing with getting punched in the head. I guess,
Right.
um, but like at least for the most part, I would say for the most part, it's like, okay, I see what's happening here. I can see I can see the line of where you're trying to go here. Again, do the elements really make any sense? Do they mesh well together? Not at all. But it's like, okay, I see where you're going. Suicide Squad, I can't say that. Suicide Squad is just like, it's literally just stuff happening. And it's just like, it literally is. It's just stuff happening, and that has, it's like, what story are you trying to tell here? There isn't one. What's the plot of the Suicide Squad? Uh,
Get a
there.
diamond, make a girl poop. I guess. Just kidding. Make your girl
Well,
poop,
I
get a
mean,
diamond.
Suicide Squad was like it was somehow they turned the villains into the superheroes of the movie, and then turned
Right.
them right back to the villains because they all went back to jail. But it was
Hmm.
like, okay, what was the point of this? What was the point of this? It was just like, all right, like you take these. The goal that Amanda Waller brought to the top people in government was like, hey, we have these people here who have special abilities that we can use to do our dirty work.
Hmm.
I'm like, all right, I can get with that. That is the basic premise of Suicide Squad in the comics and everything. It's just like, all right, we're going to use them to do, and then if something goes wrong, hey, look, they're villains, they're bad guys. Hey, blame it all on them and everything. And I'm like, okay, yep, makes sense. So they're against it, mind you. They're against it in the movie, and they're just like, okay, there's something going down downtown. There's like this spirit aliens are attacking or something.
Hmm.
That's how they kind of say it. It's just like, all right, let's use suicide. I'm like, why? Why are you using the Suicide Squad? Why don't you just call Batman or Wonder Woman or the Flash? That's like, I bet they can handle it really well. I bet they even know what's going on. So it's like, why? Why
They
are you
probably have cool
doing
gadgets that can help. They have special team
this?
centers that can help. Well, we got a crazy lady with a baseball bat
Yep, a guy who shoots really well.
and a
Uh,
boomerang guy who
Boomerang
carries a
guy.
stuffed unicorn.
And it's like, it didn't like none of it. It was like, why is any of this happening? What story are you trying to tell here? There isn't one. So that's where my whole thing, where it's just like, all right, it's like a slight difference, but it's like, if I were grading it and saying like Birds of Prey was like a 28,
Hmm.
Suicide Squad would be like a 24. So I'm like, that's where I kind of land on like which one is worse, and it's just because like there's a through line I can follow in Birds of Prey. It's, like I said, doesn't make any sense. It's all stupid. But there isn't one I can follow in Suicide Squad. I'm just like, I have no idea what's happening and why it's happening here. You know, it's just like stuff. It's stuff thrown at the screen and stuff like that. That's all it kind of like that I got from it.
Right. Yeah, I guess I guess I'd have to agree with you. Because I can't really, I don't know. I mean, they both were kind of messy. I mean, honestly, it's so it's like they're both not good,
Yeah.
but I guess this one is the least not good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it that way because
Yeah.
I meant to. Um, and mostly because I think that this one, um, I mean, I will say that between Will Smith and Margot Robbie's character, they certainly had a better rapport than say most other folks in this movie.
Hmm.
Um, but I think this one looked better and actually like it had the sound and the colors and all that. It was a brighter looking, more interesting looking movie. I'll put it that way.
Hmm.
So yeah, because I just didn't, because gosh, the Suicide Squad it was a very dark looking movie, kind of like Solo. Man, it was so dark in the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
And it was the movie, it wasn't the theater, it was the movie that
Hmm.
was dark. So yeah, I mean, this one was at least fun, or at least trying to be fun,
Hmm.
and trying, at least in her part, the Harley Quinn character, to try to befriend the girl, I guess, to say like, hey, don't turn out like me, I guess, be a way of saying it. But at the same time, she's realizing like, you know,
Yeah, maybe you should be
um,
like me. You know.
well,
You know.
maybe I guess, but at the same time, like, I mean, she wasn't so bad to her. Like they kept kind of, hand fisting the. Well, I'm not as bad as this guy who's going to cut you open, kid. Even though
Hmm.
she's trying to sell the girl to the guy. I'm like,
Exactly.
but so then you let the guy cut the kid open. It's like, what? I don't know about that. So yeah, there was that. So I guess I kind of agree with you on that. I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, only slightly better. So
Yeah.
whatever you guys think, you guys are watching, whatever you guys think, post it down in the comments below.
Yep.
Which one do you think is worse? Because honestly, I can be swayed. If there's a
Yeah.
decent argument, I can be swayed to be like, oh, you know what, that's right. So
Oh,
yeah,
right.
post it down in the
Okay.
comments below. Let us know what you guys think, and if you've got an argument for it to say that Suicide Squad's better, I will gladly listen. Like I said, I can't be swayed. It's
Yeah.
close enough to where it's be like, you know what? That's a good argument. I'll flip flop on it. So yeah, it's just, and it's sad too. It's really sad
And it's
because
actually funny. I was trying to. Yeah. Here we go. Um, I was gonna pull out a coin here and flip it. And it's just like, oh,
Comic Cons. We got a Comic Con update. The Oak City Comic Con has been moved. We're still slated for that. We're still slated for it,
yep.
but Oak City Comic Con has been moved to February. What was the date? Actually, it was just February
It was at the
20th?
end of February, I believe,
Yeah,
which is close to spring. But let's
yeah,
see. And then we are also been good for the Greenville.
yeah. Still on
Um,
Greenville NC Comic Con, which is
right.
August 1st. We're
Mhm.
still on board for that. As long as it doesn't, I mean, we're still on board regardless of which. But right now, it is still
Right.
slated for August 1st at the Greenville Convention Center. So be sure
Right.
to come out and
And I
see
think
us,
we're
stuff like
looking at
that.
maybe one in the fall. I
Yes, one
guess
in the
we're
fall,
well,
maybe at
optimistic.
Fayetteville Comic Con. Yeah.
Fayetteville. So yeah, the Oak City Comic Con is going to be February of next year, so February
Hmm.
2021.
Hmm.
The 27th
Right.
will be
That's
when
it.
we are there,
Yeah.
and so you can check out I guess what on our Facebook, right?
Hmm.
It
Yep.
has that because I changed it the other day because it was coming up and I was like, no, it ain't.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I planned on doing the other ones, but you and I had talked, and I was like, well, we already committed to this one, and they were really cool and they
Hmm.
were really excited about it. So I was like, oh, we're
Exactly.
excited too. So I didn't want to, in my opinion, if you book a gig, you want to stick with the gig. That way people know, like, we're stand-up people, and
Exactly.
we'll do what we say, kind of thing, and then we'll entertain and amaze and mesmerize a little bit.
Thanks for watching until the end, fellow Nerd Posse. If you stuck around this long, it means that we own your soul, and the only way to get it back is to click that subscribe button, leave a like or dislike, and comment down below. If you want to watch the full video, check us out on McBlamentEntertainment.com, or for the audio version, just simply look us up on your favorite podcasting app. Follow us on social media, the links are in the description down below, and if you feel ever so kind, you can support us on Patreon or Subscribestar for as little as $1 a month and gain access to our Discord server where we talk about all sorts of nerdy stuff. Thanks again for watching, and depending on what time of day you're watching, have a good morning, have a good day, and have a good night, and we will see you in the next video.